Star Atlas. Morning, morning, morning. Ganfall, Trooper, Sim, Hammerhead, GM. Got the coffee ready? Got the beer ready? NDR, GM, my friend. Don, what are you drinking today? Red Bull?
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just drinking water, man.
Me too. Me too.
Just drinking water. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Shadex, GM, my boy. Crash, Slim Pickens. A E? I don't know how to pronounce the name. I'm sorry. 7 years. Hello, hello. Rosa, no, you're right on time. You're right on time. Isaac79. Hola, amigo. I know he's from the Spanish community. Groove. The man, the myth, the legend. Third place at Copa.
Wait a minute. We totally forgot. We need intro music. What should be our intro song today?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Play me some Star Atlas, bro.
Star Atlas music? Okay.
Yeah. Chibi, Groza, Beyond the Horizon. Oh, it's hot in Maine. 97 degrees. What's that in Celsius? What's that in Celsius, Dominic Wayne? Tell me.
What? Wait, say it again. What was
97
it?
degrees. That's
36,
36
bro.
Celsius. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
yeah. You don't know nothing about the heat. Nothing about the heat, bro.
Guys, can
Hello,
you hear
boss.
Dominic?
Nah, you can't hear me, bro.
I can hear you, but I don't know if the people out there can.
No way, bro. You trying to hit me with a reverse Uno card right now?
They're saying no.
Bruh.
They're saying no.
You guys are all canceled. Whoever said no is immediately canceled.
Usually, when you start the stage, you run into that bug, but I don't
No, I think we just troll you every time, bro.
know. No. It actually happened a couple times.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Blazing Focus, GM.
What song should we do?
Let me, I feel so alive. It's the funeral procession, which is weird that the funeral one is I feel so alive.
Huh.
Sorry if it's loud for anyone. Man, side note, but these coming out on these are actually pretty good. These are
They're really
all
good.
really good. I could post it. I could post the
We have
website.
them on Spotify as well. Well, do we? Just are these on Spotify?
Bro, I don't know actually. I think it's just on audios, but I can check.
Dude, this song is so polarizing. Every time we use this in like a trailer or something, we have some people say, "What is this song name? Give it to me right now," or "Death to your family," or it's the other end. This is the worst song I've ever heard in my entire life. What are we doing?
How can you not like this song?
I don't know.
I
Feel
feel
so
so alive.
alive, alive all the time.
Cool. I think that's the best song. I always say it.
Is this our official opening song?
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, we need one at this point.
Yeah. Grossa says that we're amazing singers.
I don't need you to tell me things I know, Rosa.
Yay!
Oh man. People want me to open the summit with a rap.
Yes, sir.
That would be awesome.
I'm not doing that.
He's doing that.
But yeah, guys, welcome everyone to the Star Atlas Brew, number 120. Hope you get your coffee ready, your beer ready. I think we're all drinking water today, actually. Jose, what are you drinking today?
Yeah, bro, only water now. We are still recovering. Need to keep it steady.
Yeah, yeah. Jose and I have been sick for like 2 weeks now. I don't know what's going on. So we're only drinking water.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hydration.
yeah, we need to stay hydrated for sure. Very important. But yeah, now Dominic Bain also as well. He's drinking water and not Red Bull. What's with that
No.
change?
I put down the Red Bull, you know? I don't know. It definitely isn't. It definitely isn't because I ran out. It definitely is not because of that.
Oh, yeah, I
Not
bet.
even close, bro.
I bet. I bet.
It's like when someone like retires like a jersey or something. I'm just retiring the Red Bull.
Jesus.
Celsius better than Red Bull, WikiWeek says.
I don't think I've actually ever tried Celsius. I thought Celsius was an alcoholic drink actually.
Hmm. I don't know. Sounds American to me. I have no idea what that is. But yeah, we're talking today about the roadmap updates, ladies and gentlemen. And as you know, we made some big changes to the Stratos roadmap, especially on the UE5 side of things. So we're kind of going to be getting into details today with you and just explaining how everything changed because we pushed an update to the roadmap page. I think it was last week, if I'm not mistaken. So everyone now should be able to see that those changes basically being reflected in that page. And that's what we're going to be chatting about today. Um, but as always, before we get on the main topic, we will do some news, noteworthy news that we should share here. The first one is the Las Vegas meetup, this Star Atlas Las Vegas community meetup, inviting everyone to join us in Vegas. And I know that some people from the club are going. I know that some from Rome are going as well. So we're going to have a meetup there during Rare Evo. It's actually 1 month from now. And me and Dominic Bain will be there. Also, Michael will be there. And Miguel from our team. And we're meeting there at the. Well, I am not saying the name of the venue, just in case. But if you're interested, like we have the date and time and everything, and you can apply on the Luma link that is included in the event link that we just shared in the chat. So if you're interested, if you are close to Vegas, so if you live in the California area, I think it's worth it to go for a weekend and just join us in Vegas. Let's meet, have some beers, have some fun, and yeah, just enjoy life. I know Bohemian, you're close to Vegas. I wonder if Bohemian is going. I hope you are, Bohemian.
Go Bohemian.
I'm personally inviting you, Bohemian, to join.
Also a lifetime opportunity. Get drunk with Sensi and Don.
Nice. Week is joining. The flight is booked. I love that. That's
Let's
amazing.
go,
Wiki
Wiki.
wick.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, Bohemian, you better go, man. I know you live around the California area, I think, doxing your place, but you said it publicly, so you better join, man. You better join us with some beers. Oh, Agent Solas made a shirt for the event. I hope it's not the Michael Wagner
Mean,
dancing.
bro. No, don't give them ideas. And holy shit, bro.
Imagine our friend Agent Solas being all over the Rare Evo. Rome will be representing. Nice. I know that some people from Rome are going. Guys, make sure to apply on the Luma link. You probably know already where everything is, but just for us to keep track of attendance and how many people will get there, probably worth it to apply. It will help us. So make sure to apply on the Luma link that we shared in the chat. But yeah, everyone is more than invited to join us in Vegas. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. And yeah, if you're close, if you can make the flight or drive, make sure to join us. We'll get some beers.
What happens
yeah.
in Vegas stays in Vegas, guys.
For real, unbelievable.
Also, the Star Atlas Alpha. All the Alpha shared in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh,
Yep.
true.
Oh, what's that gif? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Young really hates the Michael Wagner gift, so he tries to counter it with other weird gifts as well. So it's actually
Mm,
fun when he starts doing that.
yeah. But yeah, moving on from that, everyone knows about Vegas now, I think. Another thing that is happening is the Stratless Impact Summit. And if you don't know, we shared it in the town hall, but it's a one-day event at Singapore, same venue as Breakpoint. You're just not going to need a ticket for that one. So it's very important that you don't have to spend money also on a Breakpoint ticket. So guys, make sure that you also register for that one. And if you can make the flight, to Singapore, and you can basically pay for your accommodation. I know it's far away, but probably worth it to go. But not probably. It's actually really worth it to go there. So yeah. Anything to add there, Dominic Bain Jose? We're all going to be there.
Yep.
Anything to add? No. Honestly, I'm just really excited to be in Vegas, hanging out with community members. That's really it. Rare
We were
Evo's gonna
talking
be
about
fun.
Singapore once, sir, but that's all right.
Oh my gosh, sorry, I was typing something right when you asked me that, and I thought we were still in Vegas.
I put you guys on the spot.
It's
You
going.
gotta be paying attention at all times, guys. Come on.
Yep.
But yeah, we're going to be in Singapore. It's a one-day event. It's going to be live stream if you don't go, but we're probably going to only live stream the main stage area. As you know, we have three different places at the same venue. We have the main stage. We also have the lounge area and the reception area. The lounge area will have food, drinks, a place to network. It would also have, I think, Dark Cold Roasters might be there as well with some coffee. So that's going to be good. So I don't know, anyone in the chat plan Singapore? Anyone in the chat going to Breakpoint or Singapore for the Stratlos Summit? Really curious about that. Or is it too expensive, too far away? Want to hear it. Want to hear from you guys from the brew chat.
Many people are typing.
People are saying that don't believe the sock in Vegas. A lot of people
That was a
typing.
one-time bet. Someone has to make me a new bet.
Yeah, busy month and losing 4 days just traveling. Yeah, I know. It's a freaking long flight to get to Singapore, probably from where everyone is. Yeah, we're planning to do events in Europe for sure. Like we're doing this in Singapore because of Breakpoint, honestly. So yeah. 24-hour flight. Man, I'm flying 34 hours to get to Singapore, ladies and gentlemen. I'm flying with Jose. 34 hours. It's going to be the longest flight that I ever took in my entire life, and probably that will ever take, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but 34 hours is insane. Yeah. But yeah, moving on from the summit, another thing that we have this week, which is very important if you're a developer or if you're into coding or anything, and in Star Atlas, is the Developer Hour event. I'm showing the link in the chat. The Developer Hour number 2 is happening tomorrow. So make sure to mark us interested in the chat if that's something that you're interested in. And we will have Brett and Xcode from our engineering team. And we'll be diving deep into updates basically on our code. I know we're open sourcing some stuff, so that may be interesting. We're also going to be giving some tips for the upcoming hackathon. So if you're interested in participating in the hackathon, honestly, super worth it to join. You'll have a little advantage if you join this event because we're going to be getting into details on the categories and what you're able to build and all that. And that's going to be before we actually do any marketing on the hackathon and we get builders from outside the Star Atlas community. So make sure that you join us tomorrow at the Developer Hour number 2. But I think that's all. That's all the noteworthy news that I had, unless Dom or Jose have something.
I actually have something, Santi.
Yeah.
It's probably more important for the Brazilian community, but next week I won't be attending the brew because I'll be in Blockchain Rio, which is a big event of the Web3 world here in Brazil, perhaps the biggest one that we are going to have this year. And Solana invited us to be the leading speakers on their panel about Web3 gaming. So I'll be there representing Star Atlas. I'm not sure if the panel will be streamed, but maybe you guys can see me talking in Portuguese, see how much better I am in my native language. But yeah, it should be a
Nice.
cool event. Good to get some exposure for Star Atlas here in Brazil. Sounds fun.
Yeah, that's actually really cool, and thank you for bringing that up, Jose. Hope someone from the Brazilian community can join you in there. You should
Yeah,
do some
absolutely.
advertising in the Brazilian community.
Yeah, we'll do.
Cool. But yeah, now I think we can get on the main topic. So, oh, Jose, the code for Game 7, people are asking.
Yeah, I'll give them in a bit. Hold on.
Okay. Now, main topic, Dominic Bain.
Yo,
I know
yo.
you're going to be driving us through all the roadmap updates that we had, since you were the main person updating everything in there. So, as you guys know, there were a lot of changes, as we said at the beginning of the brew. There were a lot of changes to the roadmap, and the main thing I think is that R2.2 is no longer a thing, which is a pretty big change. But some things moved from R2.2 to preseason, other things 0. But yeah, now instead of R2, we're going to have preseason first private, and then we will have preseason public. So now we're going to get into those changes. But yeah, anything you want to preface here, Dom?
No, you're. I think your description is absolutely perfect. Only thing I'll add is that I've seen some comments on the roadmap on like being more specific on cards within the roadmap. It's kind of purposeful when we're vague within a card, only because it gives us more flexibility to actually um, build those details, think of those details, do research and development, and then actually build out what the scope of that actual update is. So there were some people asking about like specific details on, PvP and PvE game modes, and we've talked about some of those game modes, of course, like Surge and things of that nature. But the team is still testing these game modes, and it gives us more flexibility if we're more vague on the roadmap. So I did want to address that. But other than that, I think Santi hit it on the head. It was we went from going showroom R2.2 or Star Atlas R2.2 into preseason, into season 0, and now we are just preseason into season 0. So that's actually one less update kind of going into like all these different seasons. So some will think of it as a benefit, some will think of it as a negative, depending on if you were excited about certain updates or you were excited to have these new updates that are in preseason. So we'll get into it. I'm happy and excited, honestly, to hear you guys' thoughts on what you guys think of the changes and our thought process and all that kind of stuff. So, exciting stuff.
Yeah. I think people are happy, at least what I saw is people being happy about the prioritization of search game modes. I don't know what people say here in the chat, but I think overall people liked it. Maybe we can post a quick poll.
Mhm.
Something like, did you like the prioritization of search? I'll post a poll right now in the chat to see what people think. Just posted the poll in the chat. Go vote. I'm curious what people think. I'm sure, yeah, PG is saying he preferred the racing. I'm sure some people actually prefer the racing. Myself, probably you, Dominic Bain, as well, preferred the search game modes, right?
Yeah, Surge was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed that. So I'm very excited.
Yeah. Pluck is
This
saying he
update, yeah.
prefers search with FPS.
Snake Eye says MMO Gallia for the win, and I completely agree too. Like, that is also my number one. Like, after everything else, yes, I wanna be a bounty hunter. Yes, I like the competitive game modes and stuff like that. But when I got into Star Atlas back in what was it, freaking later half of 2021, what really got me into it was thinking I would be in space, I would be going to these planets and exploring and finding creatures and getting resources and doing all these things. So um, not only is preseason, like the next update, getting more game modes that I enjoy, but it's also getting that first building block of space exploration, which I am over the moon for, pun intended. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of the main things. I know there was even a DAO proposal to allocate more resources to for Gali as well. So yeah, I think we can get a little bit on the details now, Dom. So maybe can start with a question for you. So well, as we preface, R2.2 basically is no longer here. It's no longer going to be a thing. But there were cards there in the roadmap that were part of R2.2. So what of those R2.2 cards or features moved to preseason?
That's a good question. So there's actually a decent amount of changes from 2.2 preseason and season 0. I was watching sorry. I need some freaking water. My goodness. I was watching Metaverse Explorer's video on the roadmap changes, and what he would do is he would just click into the card, see if the date updated was changed, and if it wasn't like a relatively new date, then he would think it's not like a new updated item. And so he didn't really think there were that many things that changes this roadmap, but there actually is. I mean, there's some cards that that were updated that it says date created on the card, but it doesn't say when it's actually updated. So he missed a couple things, and that's why I'm excited to go over these things. But sorry, let me just take one drink of water real quick.
Yeah,
All
bro,
right,
stay hydrated.
I gotta stay hydrated, man. It's a rich topic here. Okay, so yeah, like we said already, like Santi said, changed from 2.2 preseason season 0 to now preseason to season 0, and those items that were in those updates need to move somewhere. So not only did we remove release 2.2, but now the items within that had to move somewhere. And the same thing for the old preseason. So you think of this new preseason, like this preseason that we have now, as new preseason, and the old one as old preseason. So the stuff in the old preseason also had to move to either the new preseason or season 0. So yeah, like Santi asked, let's get into kind of exactly what is new, like what moved out of. Let's just start with release 2.2. What was removed? First things first, the private beta was removed. I don't think we ever really got too deep into exactly what this was going to be. I think what we talked about it being was just kind of like a private access release. There's going to be cool rewards that you can get while testing a private version of release 2.2 before we inevitably went public. So obviously that philosophy has changed. Now we're going to be doing a closed access preseason release, and that is going to lead us into going public now. So now we're going to have a closed access preseason release, then we're going to have a public access preseason release, and then we'll be going to season 0. So I hope that makes sense. And if anyone has any questions throughout this whole thing, feel free to put them down. But yeah,
Yeah,
so that's
raise
the
your
first thing.
hand also. Like, we welcome people on stage here if you have
Mhm.
any comments.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, first thing first, private beta was removed. Next thing in 2.2 was combat racing, which was the kind of the big feature, the solo feature in release 2.2. That's what if you were excited for 2.2, you were excited for combat racing. So combat racing is now moving to season 0. And with combat racing, because there's things that are accompanying combat racing that need to be with it. And that number one is on-chain event scheduler and mission generator. So that's also moving to season 0. Trying to see. The on-chain ship configuration is also moving to season 0. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
The tiers 0 through 5 racers for Oni, Mud, and Ooster are moving to season 0. And if you guys don't know what those are, we've shown those before, and they're absolutely insane. I'm personally really looking forward to the tier 0 through 5 racers because they're the rewards for participating in these racings, and if you've seen them, they're insane. They're absolutely insane. Hano and the character team did a phenomenal job with that kind of stuff. Um, but let's see what else moved from 2.2 here. Ship customization is going to preseason. What was previously known as the classified 3D Sage update is Fleet Command. So that is another thing that changed. Faction fleet deprecation is moving to preseason. So I've seen some people asking why hasn't faction fleet been deprecated, and Michael Wagner kind of talked about this in the town hall, and he's made some comments, I believe, in Foundation Room, but he's waiting for ship lending to come out before we go ahead and we deprecate faction fleet. So just in case anyone had any questions about that. Another thing that we had in release 2.2 that has completely changed is the ship conversion program. So another thing that we've talked about, and these were kind of early rumblings, was taking your ship, converting it to the new standard of ship, and then also when you convert it, you get these things with it, like crew packs and the components and stuff like that. Now it's not like that. It's more going to be you're going to be getting an airdrop. So that has completely changed. And then the crew cards releasing, companion app release. Those are moving the preseason. I want to stop here. I want to just make sure Santi and Jose have time to speak, and I'm not just taking everything. I also need to take a sip of water here. But Santi, Jose, any comments so far?
No, I think you're nailing it, bro. There were some questions in the chat, but not related to what. Well, there was one from Quinder saying Epic codes will not be required once it's public. No, they are
Correct.
not going to be required. That's correct. When we go public, basically anyone can get on the Epic Game Store and just play, download and play. So that's why once we go public, there needs to be other things in place, like tutorials and stuff like that, that will guide someone that is completely new into Star Atlas, which it's not an easy challenge. Definitely not an easy challenge. So yeah. And then there was a question about the crew launch, if people should expect it to happen at Breakpoint. And no. We are definitely aiming to that before Breakpoint, for sure. For sure.
I have a question from Solace here asking about what's going on with Zelian graphic novel. I can talk about the graphic novel part. Tim McBurney has been working on other narrative-driven efforts. Exactly what that is, can't talk about, but he has been working on something along those lines. And then for a Zeely update, I would need to
Yeah,
get
let
Santi
me
into
let
there.
yeah, I can get on that. The Zilla situation is pretty similar to what's happening on the graphic novel. We are currently focused on preparing some new stuff that's coming. Part of it's coming in the near term, and the other part is coming for Breakpoint. So we are focusing on that right now. But as soon as I guess the crew launch happens, we'll be able to focus back on the Zilly quest. So hang tight just a little bit longer, guys.
Yeah, yeah. And we also need to close Sealy, and to close Never Alone and distribute that, it will take engineering resources. So we are not wanting to take that right now. That's why as well we didn't close it yet. But yeah, I think we can keep moving here.
Cool. I'm actually just gonna go into preseason here and talk about kind of what's new. Um, we kind of already talked about what left, being the private beta, the ship conversion program. Already talked about the things that are no longer at the next release. So I kind of want to talk about what's new here. So obviously, first and foremost, the early space exploration, or otherwise known as Project Gallia. This is going to be an experimental mode, so I've seen some questions about that. Going to be an experimental mode. It's going to be kind of space exploration. There's planets that you can go to. I just want to remind everyone that this is the first building block. It's early. These planets are going to be kind of barren, honestly. There's going to need a lot of work on these planets for sure. So this is, like I said, this is a first building block. This is a first step in space exploration, the universe of Gallia. But I'm still particularly very excited for the early space exploration.
Yeah.
Santi, any comments?
No, super excited about that as well. I think, as you were pointing out, it's the beginning of the actual vision that Star Atlas is. So
Yeah, I am particularly super excited for Project Gallia, especially because on Project Gallia we start delving into the Star Atlas lore. So you guys will see planets, places, constructions, cities, and all those things. They are the real elements of Star Atlas lore. So the planet's distance from one another, resources that you can find, enemies in hidden places, all of those were created having in mind the tenets of the Star Atlas lore. So for me, it's super exciting seeing the lore come to life together with the rest of Gallia Expanse. So yeah, it's going to be super cool. Looking forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then next is the PvP and PvE modes. So the PvP modes, talked about a little bit on the town hall. The smaller surge game modes, TDM. We talked about VIP. For PvE, that's kind of what you guys saw in the Project Alia video, where the character was going into this asteroid and he kind of saw these kind of pirates in this kind of like asteroid. That's really cool. That's really cool. So I'm also really looking forward to these modes. Um, this is going to be like the first time that we have replayability in UE5 as well. In my personal opinion, Just giving my honest opinion here. Once we have these game modes out there where I can play TDM, play Surge with people nonstop, not just Surge being like this one-off event. Like once I can like just be like, okay, it's the weekend, I want to play TDM in Star Atlas. That's when I feel like the replayability is there, and I feel like replayability is going to be big in preseason now, actually. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
Moving on to Fleet Command. So this was the otherwise known as uh, whatever it was. It was like private Sage update, undisclosed or something like that. Sorry, I'm blanking on the exact name that it was before. But Fleet Command. This is the RTS view of Star Atlas. So some people don't know, and this is something I nerded out about like a month and a half ago when I was talking with Danny. When you're playing Star Atlas, you can go from third person to an RTS view by just clicking a button. So you can be in a specific sector doing your thing on an asteroid, maybe doing one of these pirate missions, and then you can just press M, and then you can go to an RTS view of your character doing the same exact thing. That is absolutely insane to me. So this being the first version of that is super exciting for me. Can't wait for that. Moving on, we had the Oni Central Space Station real estate. So you're going to be able to make bids on parcels of land on the Oni Central Space Station. So that's going to be super exciting.
I'm really excited about that one. I think that's underrated. Not many people speak about it, but honestly, to me, real estate in Star Atlas is going to be massive. I think it's such an underrated part of the Star Atlas gameplay and just overall. What's the utility of land? I get the question from Earther. Well, utility of land, there will be two different types of lands. There's going to be commercial and there's going to be residential. Residential real estate, be able to have storage. You will be able to get your ships in there for customization and stuff like that. And on the commercial side of things, that's for businesses basically to set up in there. So imagine, and that's actually a big, it's a big piece of the metaverse. And you can already see it at things like Roblox. I think it was IKEA that opened a store in Roblox, which to me, it's pretty crazy, but it's only going to happen more, in my opinion. We'll only see more and more things like big stores or big brands getting into the metaverse just to set up a store and sell digitally or sell physical stuff, but inside the game, for example. I don't know, if you see IKEA, the type of furniture that you can get if they render it in UE5 would actually be pretty similar to what you could get in real life. And I don't know, I am just really looking forward to that. And I think it's going to be so huge, such a big piece of Star Atlas that people don't really realize about it yet.
Yeah, and I mean, Santi, it's a super beautiful environment, right?
Yeah.
You guys have only seen the Sogmian district to this point, but there are Punab's districts, Fotoli districts, Miri's districts, and each one of them in the CSS has their own cultural architecture, their own, style, design, and it's going to be super cool just to walk around, see
Yeah.
players moving, see people having fun, playing games on the CSS. I feel like this is really the beginning of the Star Atlas metaverse.
Yeah, and there will be ownership will be verified on chain. So you will get on the Oni CSS, and if you bought your property, your have or whatever you bought during the, I am forgetting the name of the campaign that we did, but you guys remember that after FTX we did a campaign
Art sequence.
start sequence.
Yeah.
Start sequence. If you bought during start sequence, you will have priority in choosing where you want to have your property, which is huge. I mean, one of the biggest things of real estate is the location of the property, right? So being able to choose where your have will be located, and then you just going into the Star Atlas Oni CSS and be like, you will be able to literally be like, this is my place. This is mine. Like, this part is mine. So pretty huge. And yeah, that's only for primary market buyers. I know that a couple questions came in while we were chatting about this. There's a question from Lynn Pickens. Will our CSS have time, the ones we already own? The only ones, I think they will. Yes. In the preseason. I don't know if we will have the. That's one thing that I am not certain of. If we will be able to have the possibility also to choose, like the selection, the land selection, and all that. If that's going to be a thing yet, but maybe it will. We can actually check that. But yeah. Katir says, which level layer we see now about Oni CSS? I don't know what you mean exactly. Maybe anyone, Tom or Jose, understand better that question? Level layer?
Not me particularly.
Okay.
But I have a British accent now.
There are whitelist spots for the conventional spots, correct? I don't think we have started selling any of land yet.
No, I feel like what he's asking here is that if you have acquired the land plots at this event, you have the priority on the listing of commercial lands.
Oh yeah, I think you do.
Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
do. This is
You
something that
do
we've already
have
said.
the priority for commercial land plots if you bought during start sequence. Yes. Yes. I'm looking forward to have something going on in there. Will I need a license to sell real estate? Any limits on the number of properties I can sell a year? I don't think there is going to be anything like that.
A career in Star Atlas, real estate agent.
Bohemian is already asking about regulations. I don't think there will be many
Yeah.
regulations. You will be able to rent out the properties or whatever you
This
want.
spot
Yeah,
is perfect for what you're looking for. It's right in between the Sogmian district and the Punab district.
That's going to
yeah,
be a thing. That's what I
but
mean. Like, that's
but
going to be
the
a thing.
Instant
the
access.
neighbors are super noisy, bro.
The tram station is approximately 5 seconds of boosting away. So you have
Everything is
everything you
all
need right
right in
in
this
the location.
sector. The only issue is that you have a neighbor that drinks Red Bull all day.
Yeah, there's a
I feel
very good
bad for whoever my
school.
neighbor is.
You have a very good school in the neighbor, ideal for young couples with kids.
Are we able to go rate private properties? I don't think you will. I don't know. I don't know when we're also releasing that, like gating who enters your property and all that. I don't know when that's going to happen either.
Yeah, it's more of a Danny question. Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Anyways,
commercial
we
land
gotta we
plot
gotta move
different
on.
from residential? I mean, we can. I'm just trying to clear the questions here. Is commercial land plot different from residential? Yes, it's different. We can move on now.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not trying to derail us from the questions.
I just like that people are excited about the real estate, as I am. It's going to
Yeah,
be big, guys.
so that I mean, those top four, those first four that we just covered, those are the major features coming in preseason. So just a reminder, early space exploration, these PvP and PvE game modes, so the Surge, TDM, things like that. Fleet Command, the RTS view of Star Atlas is coming, and then being able to have land on the Oni Central Space Station. So that's really cool stuff. Scaled multiplayer servers, this isn't new, so I'm not going to talk about it. Surge game mode, I'm pretty sure we all know what Surge game mode is. A new card that we added was Pets Introduction. So, what Danny has in preseason is if you have a pet, it's going to it's either going to follow you or it's going to appear in key locations. Um, I want to give an example of kind of like a key location. So let's say you have a Fimbulobie and you own Tigu. and you have Tigu kind of equipped. If you go into your Fimbelobi, that Tigu will appear on the dashboard of your Fimbelobi. Now I don't know if that's official, like Danny's going to keep that in, like if that's like a set in stone key location, but that's an example that he used with me, so I want to use with you guys. So just yeah, so key locations, and then he was also talking about there maybe being pets that just follow you around. So when you're walking with your character, your pet is also just following along. But I do want to say that this was still like they're still trying to figure out exactly how this looks like. So don't be surprised if this changes a bit. But I'm excited for pets. I'm excited for pets. I'm excited for Puri to be accompanying me everywhere I go.
Such a beautiful creature to walk right behind you.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes,
Absolutely,
sir.
man.
Are you Team Tigu or are you Team Puri?
I'm Team Tigu, bro. Not even a question.
What the hell?
Bruh.
Get the frick out of here, man.
Tigu is prettier than Puri. I'm sorry.
No way, bro.
Yeah, no way, bro. Next is ship customization. So this is kind of already there, but you can go into the hangar and then change the skin that your ship has on it. Yeah, nothing really new here. The Busan Pulse has a little green dot now. It's finished. Woo. So Busan Pulse is finished. Busan Eyes for a Moment is already finished. This is an unreleased ship. And it's already finished. So that's exciting. The Calico Max Hog is finished, which is also very exciting. We've been posting sneak peeks of the Calico Max Hog lately. And holy moly, Gary and his team did a phenomenal job with the Calico Max Hog. I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan. The Pierce X5 is actually next. That is the next ship. I am so insanely giga excited for the Pierce X5, mainly because of the different modes that the ship has. If you guys don't know, the Pierce X5 has like 4 different modes. It has the attack mode, the speed mode, the normal mode, and the defense mode. So the arms will move depending on what mode you're in, and I'm so damn excited to see how Gary does that and what it looks like. So I'm yeah, I own one. I'm excited. Anyways, moving on from me nerding out about that. Next, and this is a new one, Pierce F4 is coming in preseason. So out of all the ship stuff, this is a new one to the whole roadmap. We didn't have the Pierce F4, the R6 2 for Spark, and the rainbow interior and exterior. We had that, but it was in preseason or the old preseason. But the Pierce F4 is new. So if you guys didn't see that, then yeah, the Pierce F4 is new in preseason. Excited for that. Pierce R6, Tufa Spark, Rainbow Ohm exterior, Rainbow Cheer exterior. I'm not going to get specific into those, but those are the ship-related items that are coming in preseason. I want to take a pause here because I just sped run through like 10 cards. Jose, Santi, any particular ship you're excited for here?
I think the Max Hogue is what excites me the most,
Mhm.
honestly. Maybe because I own a few. Not biased at all.
Not biased at
But
all.
but yeah, I think that the Max Hogue is actually really cool. And I saw a sneak peek. I don't know if it went out of Foundation Room already, but there was one particular sneak peek that I saw from the Max Hogue that Gary posted. Maybe we can leak it here, regardless. I don't know, Dom. It was the one where you can see the Calico brand. You know how cars have it at
Mhm.
the very front of the car of the
Oh yeah.
Max Hull.
I don't
Man,
think we
that
have
looks so
the Foundation
clean.
Room,
That
but
looks so clean.
I pushed it in the chat for everyone.
Look at that. Look at that. Can you pull it up also on screen?
Bruh.
Yeah.
Look at that. That got me super excited about the Max Hull. Just that.
Yeah, no, it's sexy, bro.
Yeah. You guys can check it out in the chat right now. And Dom is pulling it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up. Sorry, guys. It keeps going to a freaking different browser.
Oh, small. Oh,
There
there
we
we go.
go.
Look at
Yeah,
how clean that looks.
yeah.
That gets me excited, man. Let me tell you that.
No, it's a beautiful vessel.
That is exciting.
Yeah, for me, I really like the R6, the
The
Persex
R6.
5 and the R6. Like the R6 with its tiny arms looks super fun, like when you go disassembling other people's fleet, the R6 probably look really, really good on its animations and other stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm looking forward to see it in action.
Cool. And then just kind of moving on here. So additional completed ship weapons. This is just the weapons that you guys see periodically from the ship manufacturers as sneak peeks from us. These are those. So Gary's been doing a lot of work on the ship weapons and stuff like that you guys have been seeing. So these have been looking great, by the way. It's one of those things that you don't really think about, like your ship having weapons on them, but you're gonna be able to switch these out, and these weapons are going to be pivotal to your ship configuration. So I'm excited for these personally. Personally. Next is facial rigs. This was in a previous roadmap update. This is just more so your character kind of making facial animations. But this is like kind of like step one. I'll read it kind of off because this is just part one of facial rigs. But it's just a fancy way of saying face animations, seeing things like the characters blinking eyes, moving mouth, shifting eyebrows. And this is going to be handled in stages. And the first stage is a more detailed, high level work for things like cinematics. And then we obviously have the stage stuff. All the stage stuff that was part of the web category is now moved to the UE5 category. So, or Unreal category, sorry. So that stuff is all nothing's really new here. Starbase was released. Another thing we added was the crew packs and ship components airdrop. So I changed this. DAO proposals are live, and then the crew card stuff. So that's preseason. That is preseason. Any comments? Any questions from anyone? What are you most excited about? I'm actually curious.
Let's see the chat. Crew.
I am excited for
Yeah,
Crew.
I'm excited for crew as well.
Crew? Fair? Fair? TU? Win? Michael said after breakpoint. Fleet Command. Yeah, I'm excited for Fleet Command myself. Very, very excited.
Yeah,
Ooster CSS housing. I'm pretty sure that's on the roadmap. Ooster Central Space Station right here, season 3.
yeah, couple years away.
Okay. Okay, then I'm going to move on to season 0 here. A lot of new things here as well. A lot of things moved here. That's kind of what I meant. But the Aoki Hope Open World. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that name wrong. I'm sorry, Jose, if you cringed when I said that. But this is where combat racing is, character creation, the racetracks. Um, there's a lot of new ships that were added here. So the Calico Compact Hero was added, the Visa Sopod, the Tufa Feist, the Armstrong Imp Tip, the Ogrika Thripid. So all these ships were added to Season 0. So now you guys not only know what's coming in terms of ships coming in preseason, but you also know what's coming in Season 0. And of course, we'll update this over time when Gary gives us the information that we need and stuff like that. But so um, Aoki Open World, combat racing, character creation, racetracks, racing career, the skins. These were the skins that I was talking about. If you haven't seen these, holy smokes. It's going to be crazy. On-chain ship configuration, ship mastery, ship rolls. The Punab race is coming. I'm speeding through this because we only have like 5 minutes left. But is there any comments or anything from you guys, Santi, Jose, on Season 0 specifically?
Man, there's a lot coming in season 0, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, character and account progression, super cool. on-chain event scheduler and mission generator. Something that I'm really looking forward. Yoki, uh, open world, bro. Every booster should be hyped because it's going
People
to
are
use.
asking for leaks, Joseph.
Ah, man,
Hmm.
Yoki is a very, very interesting planet. Can I talk a little bit about Yoki then? Just a little bit.
Hmm.
If you don't get yourself fired, yes.
Yeah. So the main thing about Yoki, guys, and why Yoki is so important, it's because it's the place where the Ustur species first, how can I put it, awoke in Galia Expanse. And the city, it has like many levels, from above ground to the underground. There are lots of corridors, there's a lot of secrets, and there lies the most sacred and protected places for the Ustur species, linked with the resurrection, not the resurrection, the creation of data cubes that the Usturs have in their cores. Also, in Yoki, there is the Elder Spire, which is the place where the Council of Elders of the Usturs pretty much lead their collective conscience and guide them on the path of enlightenment so that the Ustros can advance on on the different steps from when they progress from bod to teacher to, to soul all the way to elder. So you guys will be able to explore all of that, all the environments, the deserts, the groves, the swamps of Yoki. So it's going to be a huge thing. I'm really looking forward to see this world coming to life. One of the coolest worlds in Star Atlas.
Yeah, this is one of the things I'm most excited about for season 0 is this open world. Being able to just explore this world where the oosters kind of came from, like you said. Um, that's really, really interesting to me. Um, I cannot wait for this. I'm not gonna lie. One of my probably my number one for this season is Yoki open world. But yeah, I think we kind of sped run through season 0, but still, I'm interested. What are you guys most
Punab
excited
race.
about? Is that what you're most excited about, Santi?
No, it's not, but I I like it that we have the Punab race coming. Where are all my Punabs at? Any Punabs in the chat?
Where the Poonabs at?
Let's go, Punabs. Who's moving into the Punab district with me at the CSS?
Is that where you're moving, Santi?
Of
Poonab?
course.
Okay, I respect that.
I mean, I have a couple. I'm going to be honest. I have a couple places in the Oni CSS. So
Whoa.
I may have one in each.
Same
I may
here.
have one have in each. You don't know. But yeah. Any Punabs out there? There are no Punabs? I am disappointed. Where's Virtual? I
Not
thought
Yeah,
everyone's a
Virtual
big
was a
Poonab fan
Punab.
like you.
Vito is spawn up, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's me and Virtual against the world. Yeah, but no, honestly, like that I'm really excited about combat racing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super excited about that. And also one thing that needs to be talked more about of probably character and account progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 0 is going to be insane. Absolutely mind blowing insanity levels. Like with everything going on here, open world, combat racing, you're creating your character for the first time. There's a couple careers for the first time. You're going to be able to craft ship skins. That's insane. There's character and account progression, like we just talked about. There's the ship configuration, there's ship mastery. There's the racing skins that you can get. Punab race coming online. All these ships are coming together. Yeah, I mean, this is season 0 is going to be insanity. Insanity. I I'm really our roadmap is, in my opinion, has never looked better. I'm actually
Yeah.
super excited for all of this stuff.
Looks super solid.
You want to make another bet for season 0? What's the bet?
Another suck, I think.
Anyways, yeah. So that's it. Those are the roadmap changes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Just kind of like a deep dive into what was changed. Just as a recap, 2.2, our old schedule of release 2.2 into preseason into season 0 has changed to now we're doing preseason into season 0. Preseason is going to have the Project Gallia, that kind of early space exploration. It's going to have the PvP and PvE game modes, so Surge, TDM, stuff like that. Fleet Command, the RTS view of Star Atlas. It's going to have the Oni Central Space Station, the kind of land you're going to be able to make bids and auctions for that land. And then season 0 is going to have that Yoki open world, the combat racing, character creation, these careers, ship skin crafting, and kind of all that stuff. So now you guys know. Kind of, you guys have a better look at what's coming in the next 2 big UE5 updates. Exciting stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Dominic Bain, for spreading your knowledge about the Atlas roadmap here with us.
Of course.
Yeah, and maybe we can share the link again so people can take
Yeah,
a look whenever they want.
good call.
Absolutely.
Good call. Good call.
Remember that you can click on the different items of the roadmap and share your view on how important it is for Star Atlas. So make sure to share your ideas and preference there, guys.
That's true. I do love reading the comments on what people think of certain items. It's actually super interesting stuff. Seeing what people think.
Yeah.
See what the latest comment was.
It's cool that they can comment directly in there.
Yeah.
Super cool. But yeah, guys, I think it's a good moment to close here. I appreciate everyone that joined. And again, thank you, Dominic Bain, for sharing all your knowledge today with us. And yes, we will see you next Wednesday at the Brew, same time. And also tomorrow, if you're a developer and you're interested in the developer hour, make sure to join. I just posted the link in the chat. So see you tomorrow or next Wednesday, as always. Ciao, ciao.
Bye, guys.